Hey everyone, today we've got a couple oddball movie cars. The first one up is from a 70s, kind of a cult classic called The Car. Basically about a killer car. I'm not even sure what this thing would have been based on. Something big American and rear-wheel drive, like maybe a Lincoln Mark II, Continental Mark II. This was a George Barris car. This was originally released by, I think, Ertl about 20 years, maybe 25 years ago. And that was re-released by Auto World, which they do some upgrades. Like, I don't remember if the original Ertl release had flocked carpeting like this has. So they probably made a few little small improvements. Not much to see. I'm surprised, you know, some of this stuff, some of these movie cars, nothing even opens, but at least stuff opens with this one. So you got some engine detail. You've even got simulated spark plug wires, so they did try. This retails for about $90 to $100. I got it for $50 shipped because it had a slightly creased box, which is over here. It was brand new, but the box was a little creased. But for $50, which is half price, as I say, at that price, I'm not mad at it. Second time I've owned this car. I bought this over 20 years ago for $10 or so at a KB Toys, 10 maybe $20, and then found it when I moved out of my parents' house like a decade ago without a box and broken, and I paid next to nothing for it and sold it damaged and no box for over $100 on eBay a couple years ago. So I've made money on this car a couple times, so glad to have it back in my collection. The other oddball is from a 2004 movie of the Thunderbirds, which is based on a British TV show. The 2004 movie was a bit of a modernization, so this is actually a Ford-designed vehicle. I think Ford Europe designed it for the movie. If you look, it's loosely based on the James Mays, whatever his name, J. Mays designed Ford Thunderbird, which came out around 2002-ish. So you can definitely see it in the grill. This thing is by Sunstar, and these have gotten rare enough that when you do see these in the box, they're a couple $100s on eBay. And this has so many features. It comes with a long features list of how everything works and opens in the package. So the wings fold out. That's one of the details. The top canopy opens. The doors open. There's a lot of working things here. Under the hood, you got the wheels that, I don't know if they're supposed to go all the way down, but that's what they do via this slider right there. Under the hood, you've got some kind of made-up turbine. Looks like a made-up turbine with a supercharged hood scoop, so it's obviously movie magic at its best, because none of that makes sense. So then there's more stuff from underneath. This thing feels very, very fragile, by the way. Feels like it can break at any moment. Underneath, we have another slider which repositions the wheels. Let's see if I can close this thing up without breaking it. Okay, so close the doors, close the hatch. Then this in the rear exposes like the secondary turbine. And again, it just feels like it's going to break at any moment, just showing you how this opens. But so that shows some kind of like afterburner. Again, this is all made up. It did come with a couple little chips that I touched up as best I can, because you've got metal on metal contact very easily when that opens up. But I got a decent paint match because you don't really notice the chipped edges. So this I got Facebook Marketplace for I think about $80 shipped, and shipping it wasn't cheap. Again, that's far less than anything on eBay, so again, I did really good at that price. The packaging, it's a pretty big box. And the car was called the Fab 1. And I think the original TV show was the 1960s. Again, the movie came out in 2004. I never watched the TV show. I don't really know the backstory. So it's very, very quirky. Obviously the Barris, the car, is quirky as well. So I think these two go pretty good together for the week. And I've hunted both of them for a long time. So tune in next week. Please like and subscribe, and have a good one.